Whoa, hello and welcome to this Banter Blitz show. This looks really odd. I'm switching directly to the board view. Let's get a game started to correct this view. It looks really a little bit messed up. All right, so let's get rolling. I didn't put the big picture on that kind of the full screen like this one because that has the 15% discount code and that makes no sense, as you can get I think 40 currently with what is it called? Chess Legends of Chess. It's for the new currently running tournament. So if you want to get the premium account, yeah, make sure to get the best possible discount. Don't use my code, use the 40% one. So I tried something else here. Like a dragon. I should be paying attention to the clock. There is an audio problem. I don't believe there is one. That must be your problem. I hope. I hope I don't have an audio problem. Can you guys check? Oops. No, it's just a joke. Yeah, I'm just hoping that the problem is not on my end because I have a history of odd audio things happening. Okay, yeah, I didn't play a Sveshnikov, played something else just for fun. Okay, I'm taking this here, of course. I want the bishop pair. And now he probably has to trade queens as b2 was hanging as well. Okay, now I have a small threat, b5, b4, which he addressed. This is good. I suppose it's a he. This is not really a good way to approach it. It's not an automatic. Okay, now I could take c3 and try to... Interesting idea, actually. Let's do that. Take here and then play rook a4, completely blocking off the a pawn and c pawn from moving. And my intention is to play the bishop out to e6 or d7. Okay, let's make it d6 then. D7 then. Yeah, sure. You can also challenge me in 5 minutes. This is perfectly fine. So what am I doing here? I think I'm taking it. Yeah, I think I'm taking it. And now bishop e6 to protect d6. And now my not very sophisticated but hopefully effective plan is rook f8 and pick up the a pawn. Tariq asks, are there any Turkish people around? Yeah, very likely yes. I think in recent streams I've played lots of players from Turkey, and I think there really has been a huge wave of new registrations from Turkey. It looks like that. I don't have any information, just like from what I see in the challenges. Lots of Turkish flags around. Okay, now we got this started a little bit too late, unfortunately, but I need definitely some water here. I got about a minute of time advantage, so don't really have to be very panicky. Yeah, sure. Taking on c3, there shouldn't be a bishop takes h7 check. Yeah, I took care of that. Now maybe b5, b4, all the way to b3. Okay, so he's not really speeding up. Very likely I will win this on time. b3, no. Let's use everything that we have. Okay. I don't want to take on f5 and give him a potential pass pawn. This looks a lot easier. And the pawn is going to promote. Yep, thanks for playing. CA1337Z Master. It's probably some clever combination. Is that 133? Is that lead speak or something? Anyway, let's get rolling with a new game. Is there anybody new here? Dangerous Ride. Is that a new opponent? Don't know. Let's just play. Couldn't really get this. Okay, we played once, so yeah. Today there should be Legends of. Is that Legends of Chess or Chess Legends? I don't know what it is. It's not really important, but things like that are kind of important for my OCD tendencies. Yeah, it's coming up in roughly 2 hours. Legends of Chess. Okay. So by transposition we get probably. Oh, it goes a5. That's a bit odd. It looks pretty weakening, that move. Not even sure that bishop b5. I mean, I played it a bit too quickly, maybe. The arrows happen automatically, actually, on the board for the last move. Honestly, I didn't watch that much the current tournament. I'm working on some chessable projects. Yeah, node projects, more than one. It's a little something in the works, which is not knight f3 and c4. Anyway, I was busy and I really made a point of not watching too much chess during my regular, let's say, office hours. And they play right when I'm working, so yeah, I saw that Kramnik and Arnold had a fantastically complicated game. I don't have regular hours for my streams, for the Banter Blitzes. It's kind of whatever fits. I like to do shows before the broadcasts are running. Like this is done in about roughly 90 minutes, and this is just when like 30 minutes 30 minutes before that broadcast starts. Yeah, there's a remark on the Twitch chat, and it's always a little bit tricky if you want to comment on some of the remarks, but I want to. There's a remark that there's a huge positive feedback on the Chess24 team and commentators, but the user interface is not attractive. Yeah, I kind of agree. There should be improvements, and what I know is that there's a new play zone in the works. It's under development. I've seen some of it. It looks good, but I'm not a Chess24 employee and not at all involved at things. So I don't know when it is going to be completed, but I know they're working on it, and it will certainly be an improvement. Maybe I didn't pay close attention. There was possible to take on b6 at some point, queen b6. When? Didn't see it. My main concern was to just, yeah, play quickly and keep all my advantages, because he's just so low on time. It's not going to be decided by position. Oh yeah, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, maybe I could have taken, possible. After h4, I don't quite know if I'm winning here anymore, right? The position is so closed. That's really true. Yeah, that was not really a good game, I mean, but I have to get into the flow anyway. Need a couple of games to get started. So I want to check if there's somebody around that I've never played. Björn, I have never played Björn, so let's play. Yeah, and thank you for the game Dangerous Ride. Don't think I did so well there. Okay, let's go c4. What is Björn up to? Let's see. c5. Yeah, the symmetrical is definitely good. All right. Yes, I only play premium members. That is part of the premium benefits on Chess24. You get to play in the Banter sessions, not only against, yeah, let's say regular people like me, but also, yeah, there are Banter Blitzes lined up with Magnus Carlsen, with Boris Gelfand, with Kramnik, with Anand, with all of them. So if you ever wanted to play against Vladimir Kramnik or Vishy Anand, that's your chance. Mentioning that, that's actually something that I would like to do. I should try to challenge them. So this is a very, yeah, symmetrical pawn formation in the center. It's not, oh, what? That gives me no, I can take here, I can take e7, so I can take c6. Ah, that's the queen. Ouch. Yeah, that was an oversight. Oh, I should not blunder my queen, so bishop e2 back. Okay. All right, thanks for the game, Björn. All right, so who's playing next? That's a non-premium. Khan 92. I never played him, so no, I never played against Vishy Anand, as far as I know. I mean, it's kind of known that Anand has played online, but anonymously, and it's not totally impossible that I once played him back in the ICC days, but it's not something that I'm aware of. So it would be really great to play, yeah, Vishy or Kramnik. Oh, that was a mouse slip. B5, of course. B6. Hui. B6 is pretty awful, really, because it makes absolutely no sense in this position. Okay, I try to close it down and hope that this structure, which is a bit worse for black anyway, is still sturdy. b6, oh my god. b6 is totally useless. Sometimes you can play bishop a6 and put pressure on that pawn, but that only works if the knight is also on a5, which will never happen here. So this really doesn't inspire much confidence. It doesn't look good. In the Chess24 chat, there's talk about my win against Hikaru Nakamura. Yeah, I have a game on my YouTube channel where I beat Hikaru, which was a very lucky thing to happen. I mean, the game was not very lucky. It was pretty convincing for me actually, but like my score against Hikaru from back in the day on the ICC, it is probably something like, I don't know, 50-5, something like that probably. We played a bit because Hikaru was super active back then, and he played all the time in the 5-minute pools, 3-minute pools, and we had lots of games before I even started to record YouTube videos, like before 2011. And I won some, but I mean, the score was of course abysmal because Hikaru is an entirely different class of player. But I probably scored 4 or 5 wins, and one of them is on video, and I lost like a million. Maybe around 50 or so. This is just an estimate. I don't know how many. So this is a bit better than it could have been. I think it could have been worse. This position, I mean. I at least have good control over e5, and it's not so easy for him to get something going. I'm going to take this and g6. I just have to prevent knight f5. This is just looking so awful. Okay. Okay, h5. I actually do think in games, when Hikaru plays somebody like me, like a regular IM, he's not really paying that close attention and plays like pretty random openings and so on. And sometimes I think he just is too late in getting back into gear, let's say. And in this game it was like that. It was just the opening was too bad and he couldn't repair that. I think if he would play like on full speed or like taking me completely seriously, he would just win all the games probably. Maybe concede the odd draw, but that's all. It's just too much, far too good. But yeah, you sometimes don't take the games too serious. It's happened with me as well. Yeah, knight d3, that's rook f7. That would be nice otherwise. I don't know, f6. Ugh, yeah, maybe. Position is still not too convincing, really. Okay, I'm going to do that now. Win some stuff. He cannot really cover the rook here. The queen has no good square, so I get a full rook. That's nice. Yeah, thanks for the game, Karokan92. Okay. It was certainly good for you, but it was a bit too slowly played, actually. The time would have been a huge factor. So, I want to check. Fred? No, never played him. So let's play. There was a question what my goals are for the quarantine league on Lichess. My team is currently playing in the third league, and we've been there for ages. We have been down to the fourth league once or twice, but gotten back. And basically, we have a hard time to ever promote into second league because we are pretty much only playing with really. That looks a bit odd. Maybe E5. We are only playing with players that are actually playing for my club. So we don't have any, let's say, guest players from other countries or something like that. This is actually very frequently seen in that league, that there are some connections. Let's say you know people and invite them to play, maybe from tournaments you visited and so on. We didn't do that. We only play with people who are actually from my area and play for my club. So we are a little bit limited, let's say. We cannot strengthen the team with people that we ask or anything like that. It's just a decision to basically use this platform, this tournaments, to keep in touch while there is no real opportunity to meet over the board or simply have a club meeting or so. This is all still not possible, and therefore we didn't want to have people in that team from other countries, other languages and so on, just to keep it for that purpose. So we are basically stuck in the third league. Maybe on a very good day we could manage to promote, or if we get absolutely everybody on board, like the whole club, let's say, then we could do it maybe. Okay, so in this game I'm attacking c3 a lot, and he had no way to keep the material. There's the question if I can speak Turkish. No, I'm sorry, not a single word. Unfortunately, my foreign language skills are completely limited to English. I mean, German is my native language, but I can only speak English, and not even basic French or Spanish or something like that. Nothing else but German and English. There's an interesting question actually. Let me just start the game here against Tactics Wizard. There's a question if I'm going to try to stream the titled arena tomorrow. This is a Lead Chess tournament, and I am actually thinking about it. Maybe I'll do that. I played a bit of Bullet recently, and I usually don't like to play so much Bullet in a row. Like 2 hours is a bit long for my taste, but maybe I'll do it. And also there are chances to play against very strong players if I have a somewhat reasonable run, and I try that. Yes, I do read the questions in the Twitch chats. Master of Disaster 2004. I do read them. Maybe I'll stream the title arena. It depends on a couple of things. Also on what how the state of my Chessable projects are. If I'm happy with the situation, then I will probably do it. Let's take here, right? Yeah, thanks for the kind words, Zeal. And then I have worked on my English. I mean, not with with any particular sophisticated concept, but always try to immerse myself with English language and therefore improve it. But I'm still often yeah, I would like to maybe know a little bit of basic language in the big ones, let's say, yeah, Spanish, French, Italian, things like that. Something like what was asked, like Chinese or Mandarin. This is a bit too exotic maybe for me. What I mean is, like, this is probably so difficult that it's unrealistic to do. Why not take b7? What? Here? Okay. Yeah, you're right. Maybe. Okay, so I have to be a bit quicker. Okay, now I can take h6. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, take g7, or I'm going to take and now get the queen closer to the king. Black has a fairly huge central pawn mass, which could be tricky, really. Bishop d3, there's queen to f7, I guess. It's actually difficult. It's never really too late to start with chess. It's just a very rewarding thing to do, and I don't really think you can start too late. I think if you start very late, like in your 30s or 40s, then it is possible that your progress is somewhat limited because you don't learn as quickly when you're a little bit older compared to a kid. But you can still become a strong player. Yeah, this kind of completely went my way the last couple of moves, but I don't think it was such a great position for me. Thanks for the game, Tactics Wizard. I probably should have taken b7. Now, there's a new player here striving for perfection. Okay, I've got white. I should make a move. That's pretty good concept to grasp. If you are white, let's start moving. There's a question: if a 19-year-old player with a rating of 1500 could become candidate master or FIDE master. I don't think it's impossible, but it doesn't happen so often, for sure. I mean, you definitely have to put in quite a good amount of work. That is a given. Yeah. Okay, this is a bit odd. Whoa. G5, stopping my G5. But isn't that very dangerous? Very, very dangerous. And now he's giving me a pawn. That looks a bit panicky, really. Oh, Shining Ford is posing a question to all mathematicians, which basically tells me that I should shut up. I have no clue. The last time that I looked at somewhat sophisticated math was when I was in my exams. In German we call this Abitur, the final exam that you take in school. And I mean, I worked in controlling, so I was pretty much dealing with figures, numbers all the time. but that was never really sophisticated. It was just like very basic math. And okay, I can do that. Is that a good move? Bishop f6, rook takes g5. Could work. That could work. That being said, if I take on g5 and he plays king h7, what exactly is my reply? I check on h5, there's king g6. That is not so good. Okay. Rook g5, king h7. I don't see a win there. Check on h5, king g6. I don't see a win. So queen c3 was probably not really best. It's a bit strange. That was not planned, knight d4. Not really. I have to be a little bit alert here, because I mean my king is also not castled. Yeah, they can take f2 then. The reason why kids have an advantage, let's say if they start early with chess, is that at that early age you are learning quicker, you're learning faster. That is just a matter of, let's say, by biological fact. You're just learning quicker. But the other thing that kids have an advantage, and it's just that they usually have more time available. If you are older, you have other things to worry about: family, job, more sophisticated education. I mean, if you are in like regular school, if you are a kid and you are above average intelligence, if you are very talented for chess, this is usually the case, then you just do the school without investing any time. So therefore they just have an easier job. But it doesn't mean that you cannot improve when you're older. I mean, so thanks for the game, Striving for Perfection. Now let's see, I want to check some of the challenges below. Yes, there's a new opponent. So let's start. I think you can still get reasonably strong if you start late. I started to play chess seriously at age 13. I mean, I learned the rules as a kid. I mean, like maybe 8 years old or so. But probably not even very correct rules. But I know that we had a chess set, and I probably played the odd game against my father. So I must have known the rules as a smaller kid, but I never played. I only played later, like age 13. Joined the chess club age 14, and I still got reasonably strong, so it's not like you have no chance at all. But you really have to invest lots of time. I mean, I dedicated so much time to chess. It's really, really... I can take here, right? I'm not winning a pawn there. Yeah, bishop f3, bishop f3. He can take b7 at the end. That's not really so great. So let's do this. Take the queen. Tariq is playing well here. What is that banner? Is it some... probably some Turkish football club? Could be, right? I think he's in the chat, so we might be able to explain the flag or the banner. Oh, I can take that, right? Yeah, I'm just this pawn up. And also giving away this pawn was really important in the process. I got the e-file, which is really nice. Oh, that is a full rook now. There was a question about Vincent Keimer's performance in Biel. Yeah, that is really great, right? He's leading the tournament. And I think some of the games were really fantastic, in particular rapid games. I didn't look so closely at the tournament games. I saw that he lost against Mickey Adams. But, well, Adams is he's not at the absolute top level anymore, but he used to be a top 10 player for ages, and he's really a difficult opponent. So losing with black is no no embarrassment or something like that. And he played really great chess in the other games, winning a lot. Yesterday's win I have to say I found a bit odd, because Naiditsch played a really terrible King's Indian. I was like, what is he doing there? It looked like a suicidal mission, yeah, like he was lost by move 15 or so, at least in a strategic sense. Maybe 17, or don't quote me, but really early on it was pretty awful. Mr. Naidorf coming here. Okay, let's play a Sveshnikov against Mr. Naidorf. Good old Sveshnikov. I could actually mix it up a little bit. Let's do that. Did you know that line? That is the bird variation. And it's actually interesting, because if you are really looking into this, the Sveshnikov is usually, nowadays we usually call this the Sveshnikov, and it makes some sense, because yeah, it the influence of Sveshnikov was really pronounced in the development of that line. But originally this was not called Sveshnikov, but rather called the Lasker Pelikan. And then in the 1960s, this line with bishop e6 and rook c8 was devised, and this is connected to Bird, like I think he was English, right? Henry Bird, and also to Bent Larsen. So The Sveshnikov is actually an opening with many names. What you actually should call Sveshnikov is b5 here, because that was the key contribution of Sveshnikov in the 70s, that you should play the move b5 to get the knight stuck at the rim of the board on a3. This bishop e6 line is actually not so bad. It's better for white, but it's not awful. I have a history with this bishop e6 line. I've played it a lot in the 1990s actually, and with quite some success, because people usually were not aware of the subtleties and didn't know the best continuations. So b5. Let's attack the c3 pawn. Oh, that is a surprising move, giving me the f4 square. There's a question about the Grand Prix attack against the Sicilian. Well, I think the Grand Prix attack, which is an early knight c3 and f4, is quite reasonable for white if you play with bishop b5. I don't like the bishop c4 versions. I think these are these are better for black simply. I mean, maybe you can find some equality, but it doesn't really make much sense to go there. But the bishop b5 lines in the Grand Prix are quite okay. Now, on a very good day, I'm trapping his queen, but probably not today, right? I can also simply take on c3, but I wonder if this is good. Okay, play h6. It's not very... I can take... I know I can play knight e2, but the knight is so strong. I don't want to do it. The knight is so strong. I rather want to checkmate him somehow with this bad king. Maybe he wants to play bishop e4 though. Interesting. Take on c3. Still has bishop e4. g6. Yeah, I know. I saw the fork, but I don't want to give up the knight. Maybe this is wrong, but yeah. Got g6 though. Now on rook c1 I will play knight e2. Definitely. And then there's rook c7 then. Don't want that. He can still not move the rook, as queen takes f2 is annihilating white. So queen d4. I just want to mate him. Yeah, I don't want to win any material. So where is the mate? Check. Queen h4 coming. Huh. What the heck? This is actually defending. But that's not defending. Okay. Yeah, maybe I should have just taken the exchange. It was just so nice, knight on f4. Okay, thanks for the game, Mr. Naidorf. So that Bird-Larsen variation, bishop e6, is kind of a theoretical backwater. It is not so terrible after knight c4. Rook b8 is actually interesting. It's a nice little non-theoretical line that you could play from time to time. And some ideas of that opening will actually be in a little repertoire that I'm releasing in just a very short period of time. Okay. Right. No, I'm currently not available for... Oh, I'm sorry. I somehow clicked on a... How did that happen? I wanted to play Zevich and somehow accepted that non-premium challenge. So C4. I'm currently not available for lessons. No, just got no time. Completely focused on writing. Writing, analyzing, and so on. So this is the Maroxy bind. My all-time favorite opening line with white. And almost certainly I will retire from tournament chess, classical time control chess, without ever having lost against this opening. That's very likely to happen. Somebody needs a good checkers coach. I cannot help. It maybe sounds odd, but I don't even know the rules of checkers. It sounds odd, but I don't even know them. I know that you can kind of jump over pieces and take them, but I have no clue how it works. So this is just the knight, right? Okay, so what's going on here? I can go bishop g5 maybe. Queen h3. I know I can simply take the piece, but I wonder, bishop g5. Is it good to play this first, maybe? Bishop g5, bishop h6 I can take. So let's do this. If I play rook f2 now, I'm threatening bishop f1, but he can take e5. So I'm going to take here then. So let's take. And I'm a piece up, but yeah, I'm still having a somewhat open king. It's still not so easy to convert. Yeah, rook f2 would have defended h2 maybe. Yeah, but I think this was okay. I don't like my king position all that much. So let's add an additional defender and queen d4 next. Maybe rook f2 was good, yeah, possible. I do read the YouTube chat, I do. I might not see every single message because I'm monitoring so many chats at the same time that I sometimes miss one, but it's not in any bad intent. It's just sometimes a little bit much. So let's see, how do we convert this? How many pawns does he actually have? 2, right? It's got 2 pawns. If you ask me, yeah, I can play blindfold, not a problem. Okay, f4. Whoa, what? What's the trick? I can take here, right? Don't think there is a trick. And there's a funky Queen G7. There's a funky way here to trade queens. Let's do it. Eh? It's just fun. Come on, let's do it. It's a bit of a show-off line. Eh? It's really not necessary to do that, but it's fun. Yeah, thanks for the game, Zevic. Yeah, always like the Maroxy bind. If I have pawns on c4 and e4, I'm really happy. Easy to please. So, who else is challenging me? Is there... Yeah, Ata Karnazi is a new opponent. Let's do that. Yeah, make chess fun again. Let's do that. Okay, so Ata... Knight f5 immediately had rook e1 check, I think. At least that's what I thought. Taking on c6 is not very testing, really. There's a question on the YouTube chat. What's the strongest or toughest online Banter Blitz player you've played? Shelling Ford. I think I played David Howell, right? Only very recently. And he must be the strongest one. Uh-oh. That's not looking good. I can even play Queen G3 here, right? Queen G3 is a nice little move. Yeah, threatening Queen H2 mate. Yeah, H5, Knight G4, Queen H4, King's Crusher style. Yeah, it's also good. I mean, I think it's really okay. There's nothing wrong about it in this particular case. Yeah, and Queen H2 mate coming. White should really not take on C6. This is helping Black enormously, strengthening the center and controlling D5. So, Chess Phoenix 17 is challenging me. Okay. It's got a really nice high rating there. So, does he have a name? No. I think it would be in here, right? I don't have to click, yeah. Okay. To 913. Yeah, I've been on that rating as well, but it's been a while. Okay. Did I make a wrong move order there? Play wrong move order? I don't know. Okay, I cannot be worse here. There's a question, how did I improve when I was younger? Just playing a lot or some specific books? I actually really early on used databases. I got ChessBase very early on, the earliest versions, and I did just look at many games, also many annotated games. Also read basically every single chess book that I could get my hand on. Back then, like in the early 1990s, we didn't have that many books, in particular not books that are so good. Like nowadays, that's not a move I like to play. Chance. I don't have anything at all. This is probably not even more comfortable for white. Here's Queen A5. Like take, yeah, or this one, and then the Queen A5 at the end is annoying. Okay, so he has a more ambitious take on the position. The last Turkish chess player I played, I'm not really sure I played a Turkish chess player in classical time control chess. I don't think I played one. I have screwed that up. Bishop d6, b4, not really great. Maybe I'm okay still, but it wasn't. That didn't work at all as I wanted it to work. Yeah, that I don't know. To focus on that game a little bit. There are some interesting questions, but the game is kind of difficult. I didn't see that. That he could simply take it. It's a bit embarrassing. Okay. I got a little bit more time actually. I can simply win on time in this position, and I probably will. I'm always being Mr. Nice Guy there. I will never get my rating up. Yeah, anyway, it's a bit difficult, always, because it was just completely dead. Okay, thanks for the game, Chess Phoenix 17. Okay, now Tor EV or something. Let's do that. IV or something. Okay, so let's go c4. and see what we can do here. English opening. Yeah, knight c6, I guess. No. The Bellon gambit. That would be b5. No. What is that? That's very strange. So he just blundered that pawn, or what's going on here? I'm just a pawn up, a big center pawn up. Very strange. Check, or just, yeah, let's just develop him. Aha, the question there, is the Black Medina gambit good? No, it's not. It's not like so terrible that you cannot play it in a blitz game. I mean, can do it. It's not something that I would do every game, but and it's a kind of thing that let's say you don't want to play in correspondence chess, then you will probably just lose. But yeah, in a quick time control game, why not? So now b3, bishop b2. Not sure. I don't think he has lots of play here. Rook c1, knight e4, knight c5 is my plan. Yeah. Something like h5, h4. Okay, this is a tempo, and I also don't mind to maybe take this bishop. Oh, I haven't looked at the video. I have posted a video on how to refute the Latvian gambit on YouTube some years ago. I think it's still valid because it was, I mean, it just doesn't work on many levels, but it is, maybe nowadays there are only, there are even more ways to refute it. It's a couple of years old, but I haven't checked. This is not the kind of opening you lose sleep on. So I think I put almost the same lines in my e4 book. So finally push the center pawns. E6. Okay, so I can take a d7 also. He just has a check here on h2. I can also check on the 8 now. Should be okay. Yeah, I mean, given you gave some alternatives. You gave some alternatives instead of studying the Black Medina, studying the Scotch opening or the Queen's Gambit. Yeah, I would suggest to do that instead if you think you want to. But I mean, it's kind of those openings like the Black Medina Gambit. It's the kind of thing. You know, if you already play it and kind of enjoy it, I mean, why not do it for once in a while? Just starting with that and say, oh yeah, I want to learn that gambit. That's probably not the greatest decision. So in English again, let's see what Sean Young is doing. It's a different name than the actress, right? Yeah, she's with S-E-A-N. Okay, so Queen C2, and it's a he, it seems. Sean sounds like a he. Anyway, so I think here d6 is, I think, not good because of this move. If I remember this correctly. What are the most reasonable and correct gambits? Interesting. The most correct one, maybe besides the ones that are not really gambits, like the Queen's Gambit, it doesn't give up a pawn. It's probably the Banco and the Banco, and maybe the Evans. And you're never worse probably in things like, if you are really doing it, if you're playing very well, you're probably also never worse in some of those e4, e5 gambits, like, as I mentioned, the Evans, the Scotch Gambit. This is probably all equal if you play well after it. It's not worse. The Evans is for sure interesting. People really need to know what they're doing against it. Okay. Yeah, the Smith-Morra. Yeah, I mean, this is also one of the things that it's in this kind of category where I say, okay, if you play it and doing fine, you can keep doing it, but should you pick it up? I don't know. One issue with the Smith-Morra is that black can always so easily decline it with knight f6, and then you have to transpose into a c3 Sicilian, which is arguably not that exciting. And there are some lines nowadays that are a little bit tricky also to prove compensation against. I think there have been some progresses for black in recent years compared to Esserman's book. There's this book by Mark Esserman on the Smith-Morra, and I think there have been some advances, let's say, for black in some lines. Oh, that's a strange move. It opens up my bishop here with probably devastating effect. Yeah, the King's Gambit, it worked well for Ivan Shuk. As a surprise weapon, it works on many levels, even this very high level. Right, I'll take that. And take that. Okay, let's see if I can enter on f6. So let's do this. So maybe double on the e-file. Go here. 3-0 or 5-0 is fine. Huh, I didn't see that move. That's a good defensive move. I have to go back simply. I have no other square. It's funny. Interesting. I was a bit of a blunder then. Queen f6. Okay, so I'm just taking this stuff now. And rook e7. Huh? So probably a queen g3, take g5, that would be nice. So let's go here. I mean, if you repeat that question in the YouTube chat about Milo endgame like every 30 seconds, you can be sure that I'll never answer it, because this is just spamming what you're doing. Sorry, this makes no sense at all. You're just annoying people. And both make sense, actually. There's no real answer to that. Just don't spam the chats, please. And this is I'm winning on time at the end. All right, this is a fairly good session. I'm not sure if I lost the game. Looks fine, right? So let's play Violina 18, higher rated opponent. Okay, let's go g6. Yeah, here you should take. Oh, okay, let's wait for a moment. I never like that. It's the best, yeah. To take the knight. I'd like to trade one. I have a little bit of a... I think that I'm probably like a tempo down on a normal line, roughly. Okay, now this looks okay, I guess. Shouldn't be bad for me. You should just ignore this person in the chat about the Latvian. He's a well-known nutcase. Sorry, I mean... And I simply ignore him all the time. I don't want to get a ban done on Chess24. I just not worth it, but he's just a nutcase. Okay, bishop a4 maybe. But I'm not sure that I ever get out. Yeah, the Swiss gambit is also fairly strong. Maybe I should have played knight d4 there. That's true, actually. Knight d4. So 94, let's do that. So how do we do this? B5, bishop d6. I should probably do this. Are tactics enough to reach 2000? I'm not sure. You probably need to be a little bit more versatile, but it's a really good step forward if you are good at tactics, yeah, for sure. Or I can also phrase it differently. Without being tactically, let's say, okay, you will never get anywhere, because you always have to calculate some variations correctly to realize an advantage to get a win. Or your, let's say, strategic ideas don't help if you cannot calculate to win at the end. Okay, probably we have to get this idiot banned. I mean, this is just completely annoying. You're just a complete clown, and you have sent me personal messages on YouTube that were just plain delusional. So probably we should get this person banned. Neshmedinov123. At least I don't want to see him in my chess, because it's absolutely irritating. Okay, anyway, so 8 minutes left. Thanks for the game, Violinum. It's just irritating to have somebody who's clearly not, yeah, anyway, let's not go there. It's just a waste of time for everybody else involved. I can play against Ufuk. So, Ufuk Byram 10. Yeah, there's the chat on Chess24. That is what I was referring about. I'm sorry, there are 3 chats going on, so it's a little bit difficult to tell apart. So let's play the Benko. Yeah, the thing is with that user, thanks for blocking him for a moment, is that the messages here are not really a problem, but I have a bit of a history with this person, and he played me on the ICC back then in simults, when I always thought he was just cheating, because it never really made sense what was happening in those games. And he had sent me personal messages on YouTube and in all kinds of channels, and I simply blocked every channel. And now, like some time ago, he's like popping up on Chess24 and again sending me some messages. I don't know. It's not really all that important, but it's just like annoying. While I'm talking there, I missed to take on B2 the whole time, which was possible. Yeah, I could have taken B2. I was just not focused. I could have taken that. Okay. I don't know. This one? 4c3? Ah, oh, he actually blocked the long diagonal. c3 is kind of... That's wrong. I shouldn't have done that. You can just take with the queen. Oh. Let's take here. No, the King's Indian attack is not featured in my... Oops. c4, knight f3 repertoire. In fact, there won't be almost no fianchettos at all. So let's see, how do we win this at the end? I'm still kind of irritated. Not playing this too well. But I have a huge time advantage. Oops, oops. That I thought king h2, bishop b6 check. He played rook d1, but lost on time at same moment. That was a bit crazy. Okay, maybe one more game against... No, that's a non-premium. Spicy Badger, 3 minute. Let's do it. I'm a little bit over time then. But, oops. A little bit over time, but it started a bit late. Hey, there's Hari Kuzumo in the YouTube chat and says I am versus what? I'm not quite sure what you're trying to say. If you tried to say I was playing stupidly, you're right. It wasn't a very good game. So, and he says no plant. No, I'm not a plant. I'm a human being, but sometimes a bit stupid. Yes, that's true. Or is no plant a statement from some kind of sophisticated cognitive test that you're currently taking? Like men, woman, TV, something like that? And you say plant when you see me, and then it's not a plant. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So my position here against the Spicy Badger is not so bad, I think. At e6 square is indeed spicy, juicy. Ah, a cat. Where's the cat? Person, woman, man, camera, TV. Yeah. Somebody took those 5 words spoken by Trump and made a remix with Daft Punk in the background. That's fantastically funny. I saw that on Twitter. That was really cool. So I can take here, right? Gift me the pawn. Yeah, this is the last game, I guess. Oops. Rook to f8. That was a stupid check. That was a really stupid check. It had no purpose at all, honestly. I got a question. Krumnik student is on. I have a question. Did you actually try to play Vladimir in the Banter Blitz? And that would be cool if he would give you a game, right? So I can take here. I didn't accept, okay. Ah, yes, you played Ivan Shuka. That would also be great. Yeah, I would also love to play Shuki once. That would be cool. I'm somehow more excited about the prospect of playing one of my childhood heroes. Like, I mean, all right. Thanks for the game, Spicy Badger. Okay, so I think I'm wrapping it up here. I don't want to get too much over time because there always have to be some preparations for the broadcast later, and I don't want to get people into any sort of trouble there or get in a rush because I'm doing this for too long. I think I'll be on tomorrow for a German show and then back on Monday for an English one. I'm not quite sure, but I have a couple of shows lined up in the next couple of days. Thanks for watching and enjoy the later broadcast of the Legends of Chess. Bye bye.